here's my question of the day for you. How many detectors does one woman need? 1 or 2? I don't know. I think another few need to go on that stack before I'm done. But right now, I've been gifted the legend. Thanks very much to my father-in-law and my mother-in-law for that. That was a wonderful thank you present that was completely unexpected. And I do appreciate it a lot more than I would jewelry, because that's just not me. But anyway, I have been gifted a legend, so I have brought her out with plexi. And I've got this site, you can see it behind me, there's a trackway there. And that trackway is on as old as a map as I can find for this area. So we're going back into 18th century, the 1700s, maps of this area. This track is on it. It goes up, there is a house up there. We are actually down at the hay barn and what was the barn down there. It connects it up, but this also connected up to the ferry point, which is out there. And this is off of that ferry point that I found the Spanish real, and I also found the hammered. So this was a way down from a village that's over there that's a very, very wealthy village. It's got a priory, it's exceedingly wealthy. This is the path that would have come down and would have gone along to that pier. There's also a field up above me. This is a raised beach here, so when we had the isostatic rebound, when the icebergs all, you know, that excuse me, they melted and receded and all of that, then the land sprung up and the beach, yeah, was up there, but it's not anymore. So this is after that. There has been Mesolithic found here, there has been Neolithic found here, Bronze Age, Iron Age, all sorts on this farm. So what I'm going to do is, I'm not sure, I can see that there is some metaling of the path, so metaling with stones, very British thing, but I'm going to see if maybe on the edges of the path it's not too solid. I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to find some signals with the legend, then I'm going to see how they sound with the Simplex. And we'll have a listen to both of them, and then we will dig it up and we'll see what it is. If this doesn't work because it is just too compacted, then I have another option on the other side of that barn there, which you can see there. There is an old house, which was, I believe, the factor's house. So it's derelict. There's some flat ground around it, a bit of a pasture behind it that, you know, people were going back and forth and paying their dues and stuff to the, you know, the office, which was actually at the back of that barn there. Then, you know, they could have dropped stuff. So that's a possibility, and certainly that land is a lot more able to be dug quite easily. There is land out there, but that is all land that's been reclaimed by the Victorians and only just farmed by the Victorians, so it's not really going to have much in it. It's not where the track was. So anyway, let me stop yapping. Gosh, that's already 3.5 minutes and I haven't even done anything yet. Get on with it, Laurie. Stop yapping and go and check out this path and see how badly compacted this land is and whether we can get any good signals. I'll come back to you when I've got one. Okay, I have found a few different signals for you to hear. So I just wanted to say, first of all, that I have the machine, I have the legend. As you can see here, I have it on field, okay, and I have it on multi 2. I did have it on multi 1, but there was the last signal that I was checking I was really unsure of, so I tried multi 2 and it picked it out a little bit better. Since this is beside a path, it's very possible that it's trashy. It is on full sensitivity, as you can see. The recovery is on 5. Other than that, I didn't do anything. I didn't even do the noise cancelling because I can't remember how to do it. So literally I have turned the machine on, so I am going at this from the absolute basic, I don't know what I'm doing, which is how I came at the Simplex. I will go and read the manual. I will watch videos. I have seen one that that Sid has done, but just for today, we're just going to wing it. So, and just see what she does, see how it works, because that's what we did with the Simplex, and it worked very well. So the first one I've got is here. Now, there's a lot of glare on that screen, but I can tell you it's coming in at 34, absolutely. Sometimes it's jumping up on the iron bars, but pretty much that is sitting at 34, saying it's deep, and it is zinging up on the little ring, whatever that means. Okay, the next one. That is sitting between 32 and 33, not anything at all on the iron bar at all on that one. Third signal. Absolute 29, not as deep as the others, and nothing on the iron. And I am running it full iron. I just want you to know, because I don't like not hearing the iron. I want to hear it if it's there, so that I have the opportunity to know that something is big iron, rather than turning iron off and then digging it up and being cross because I couldn't hear that it was iron and it was just catching on a corner. So this is our next one. Sorry about that glare. That one's lower, that one's 23, 24. Again, nothing on the iron, showing deeper. That's going to be fun in that path. Okay, and let me see where my last one was. It's up here. I went a ways with nothing, and then I got this one up here. So this is my one that I want to dig up because I want to see what it is. I am getting 23, but I'm getting iron on the little bar. But sometimes I'm not. So it could be iron next to something. It could be big iron. But we do it two different directions. Still getting the same numbers. We are getting an iron grunt. We are getting a little bit on the iron meter, but that's what this experiment's about. Let's see what it is. Let's see how we do. I'm going to go get the Simplex now, and we're going to listen to those same ones. Now, is that a signal as well? All right, okay, I've got one more here. 25. That one's really jumpy. 30, 32, 29. But again, there's no irony bits on that. No iron sounds and nothing on the iron meter. The Faro check, I think it's called. So that's the signals we've got. Let's go get the Simplex and let's have a listen to what she has to say about all this. Okay, so here we are. We've got the Simplex, and I will just show you that we have, oh, if I can get that screen off of glaring and not making a lot of noise. We are on field, same as we were on the other machine, and we are on full bars of sensitivity. Now, I will say she has the big 13-inch coil on, so I may drop the sensitivity down 1 to make it a bit more equal. Having said that, the Legend has multi-frequency and the Simplex doesn't. I unfortunately forgot to bring the stock coil because that would have been a fairer assessment against each other. So actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to drop my sensitivity down 1 just to make it a bit more equal on the coil size and getting the quality of the signal. But other than that, yeah, apologies for getting that stock coil, but I never use it, so I just didn't have it with me. So here we go. So let's get over signal 1. Here's signal 1 on the Simplex. She's nice mid-tones, but she's jumping between 40, 50, sort of maybe sitting in the mid-60s, but it's jumpy. It was not jumpy on the Legend. It is jumpy on the Simplex. Okay, next one. Again, doing the same thing, going from 20 to 40 to 50 to 60. It's all over the place. It's not all over the place in a crazy way. It's all over the place like it's hitting different angles. But it's right in that middle again. So, okay, third signal with the Simplex. Again, 20s to, I know you're not going to be able to see that because of the glare. It's jumping. It's really jumping. See those numbers? I'm trying to get it so you can see it, but yeah, that is jumpy. Interesting. Interesting. So, where was our next one? Here? That one is more stable in mid-30s, but it is still jumping. You are hearing grunts because there is iron on the side of the path, and because this coil is so large, I can't get rid of that. It's not coming from that signal, it's coming from as I'm swinging back and forth, the edges of the coil hitting that. That's why you're getting that iron grunt. That's the signal, and that's sitting right in the mid-40s. So that one's not too bad on the Simplex. Okay, the numbers are different on the Legend. I'm going to have to get used to that because the range is different than what it is on the Simplex. So here's this one on the side. Now she's sitting right in the 60s, high 60s, when we can get over it. I think the SP24 coil would be much better in this situation, but that is sitting high 60s, low 70s, that one. And then this one, this is our grunty weird one that I'm sure is a bit of iron. Okay, now, Plexi, let's see if we can get this where you can see the screen. She's definitely picking up iron. But it's like she's picking up something else in there, which is what I was getting with the Legend as well. So I'm going to try a different direction. It's catching it a bit better there. And it's sitting, yeah, that's actually sitting right in the mid-60s when we come at it from a different direction. So let's go get the spade and let's dig these things up and let's see if what the machines were telling us was correct. Because certainly the Legend was much more definite about it is this number and it's not moving, which is what the Equinox does. It locks onto something and you don't get jumpy signals. Whereas the Simplex is giving me the tone that tells me it's a good tone, but it's not fixing on the number. Now, it could be because I haven't ground balanced and there are power lines above, but I didn't ground balance because I didn't ground balance on the other one. So I just wanted it to be absolutely as equal as it could be. But usually power lines don't affect Plexi. I would expect them to affect the Legend more being multi-frequency. But again, the numbers are more jumpy on this. It could be because that it's running the oversized coil. It might even need to come down a bar. What I'll do is I get down the bottom, I'll turn it down another bar. If there's a huge difference, I'll come back and let you listen at least to the first signal if it's more stable at that point. Because remember, she's a hot rod and you have to tune the Simplex. It doesn't tune it for you. You have to do it. So I'll say goodbye and I'll come back if there's a difference when I tune her down. Okay, so I had to bring you back for this. Now look, I have put this machine down to literally 4 bars because she is so highly strung and I've got the huge coil on her. So I have dropped it down to 4 bars and listen. And look at that signal. Much, much happier. That's the difference. She's not getting overwhelmed with information. She's finding what she wants to find. She's given us the good solid number. We'll go to the second one. She's struggling a bit with that one, but the number is more stable than it was. Let's take it up 1 more bar. She's still jumping between 35 and 56 on that. And if I take it down, now she's still jumping on that one. So that one's not really a difference, but certainly there is a big difference on the first signal. So let's dig these things up and find out what all this noise has been about. Okay, so after all that, which to you was a blink of an eye, but for me was lots of digging holes, 6 of them. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. Yeah, 6 holes that we had. The first hole, which was the nearest, just here. So here I've got everything in the box all laid out for you. I'm not going to put my gloves on because I have just gotten really quite warm with all this digging. So Ruth, look away now because you won't like what I'm lifting up. So the first hole that we had all of those decent signals from was, this is our first bit, just a bit of flashing. It's lead. Actually, no, I lie. I think it's copper. But also in that hole, a fence nail and the remains of an old horseshoe nail. So 3 things in the first hole. 2 bits of iron, 1 bit of... I have to clean that up. I want to say it's lead because I think it's flashing, but I'm seeing it's greeny bronzy, so I think it's copper alloy, that one. So the second hole, which had a very, very similar signal, if you remember, very, very similar signal. What was in that hole? Piece of aluminium, siding, and the end of a nail. Again, iron. That it didn't. I don't think I was hearing iron grunts on that one. So that, again, that was 2 different things in that hole, but it picked out the good signal for us. So, third hole, we did get a coin. Third hole, this is not the one in the center of the path. This is the one still on the side. Third hole, 50p. Don't know what the date on it is. Queenie's, she's got her old face on, so... Actually, no, she doesn't. She's got her young face on. So, what year is that? Ooh, I don't know. I'm going to have to look that one up. I don't have my glasses, and I'm not sure I can read it without them. It's not on the back on that one. It's still on the front. Ooh, if I squint, can I make it out? Let's see. That says Elizabeth II. That says something about I'm the Lord God, ruler of everything and under the sun. And that says 1997. Older than 2 of my children. 50p. That was in the third hole. Fourth hole, which was the one in the center of the path. Tiny, tiny bit of melted lead. That was what was in that third one. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, fourth hole. Fifth hole. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, fifth hole. Which was the one further up that with the Legend I did last, but with the Simplex I did second last. It was on the left-hand side towards the fence. Showed that they had some sort of wheeled vehicles coming down here because that's the lead off the side of a tire for balancing. That's a tire weight. Come off a tractor or something. So that's what that signal was. Though you can see it's got a bit of iron on it, so you would have gotten a combination signal. And then the last hole, the big mystery hole. What's it gonna be? Is it gonna be big iron? Well, my pinpointing wasn't quite right because I dug all of these without getting out a detector again. I just dug a circle around where I'd marked it, and then got the pinpointer out and found it. But I had to get the detector back out on that last one because I wasn't in the right place. I was slightly off to one side, and the Legend was grunting iron at me again, though it was giving me a good solid 25 by this point. And so I got it pinpointed, got it out, and a bit of melted lead. What that was, it was a bit of melted lead. So, strangely, I couldn't find any iron in the hole at all with the pinpointer, so I think that the coil is catching it somewhere around there, and because I've got the sensitivity up so high, it's picking it up from around there because there was absolutely none in the hole, and I dug a hole that was about 8 inches across, and that's all that was in it. And I'm using the Polstag, which is a very, very sensitive pinpointer. So that all in all is our booty for the day. I shall turn you around and let you have a see. There we go. Well, not for the day, because I'm going to go and do something else without you, and I will let you know if I find anything good. But we got a 50p and a bunch of junk. But the machine's not actually set up correctly. We're just playing about, and I just wanted to see how the signal sounded compared to the Simplex and what each one was telling me. So it taught us that the Simplex, if you've got a really big coil on, you're gonna need to turn down your sensitivity. Possibly if we ground balanced, it would have worked better, but turning down the sensitivity made the machine stable and made those things stop jumping all over the place. We couldn't differentiate from the iron in these because we didn't have the SP24, we just had the big coil, so it was hearing all of it. But they both found all the signals. They were both definite on all the signals. The Legend was much more definite on you know, 1 or 2 number VDIs as opposed to the Simplex. She was more in a range of 5 to 10, even with the sensitivity turned down. But they were both telling us the business. So if you've got a Simplex, absolutely nothing wrong with that machine. She is a cracker. I love Plexi. I am going to love the Legend too. I need to learn how to use her, just like I had to learn how to use the Simplex. It's just one of those things. You got to put in your time. If you don't put in your time, you're not going to find the finds. Because, you know, for most of us, yes, there's the odd person that's going to go out there, turn it on, walk into a field and dig up a gold coin on their first or second go. Well, you know what? More power to them, but they're not reality. Reality is you are going to dig up a bunch of junk like that. You absolutely will. Loads and loads and loads of it. Put it in the recycling, save your lead, take it down to the recycling place. They give you some money for it. Wash your hands afterwards, wear gloves. But you're going to dig this stuff up. And occasionally you're going to come across something silver. And if you're really, really lucky, just maybe you'll come across something gold. But you'll come across history. You'll come across bits of Victorian windows and Victorian doors. The Victorians loved to throw stuff out in the fields. You'll find spoons. You will find so many spoons and the occasional fork. You'll find knife blades, not usually knife handles, or sometimes knife handles and not knife blades, but not together for some reason. Whatever they do, one bit of it rusts away and the other bit stays, and it's never the same bits. Yeah, maybe I don't have the right kind of people, not getting the right kind of solid, you know, sterling silver knives all the way through. But these things, this is what you're going to dig up. But it's fun. You're outside. It's mindful. I'm out here. I can smell the things blooming behind me. I can hear the birds twittering, the wind on your face. It's exercise. This is why we do it. If you have a Simplex, it's a cracking machine. Get out there, use it, learn it. If you have a Legend, it's a cracking machine. I'm telling myself, you need to get out there, you need to learn to speak its language. But whatever you do, have fun doing it. Love your machine. Even if you're on the dark side and you have a Mind Lab, no, seriously, they are great machines. Do not get me wrong, they're great machines. I'm not dissing Mind Lab, I'm just teasing Gavin. If you've got a Mind Lab, if you've got, what's that French one, a Deus, if you've got, whatever you've got, if you've got a Quest, doesn't matter. If you've got one from Radio Shack, that's fine. Get out, get outdoors, find some stuff, even if it's junk, and have fun. If you've got any questions, put them down below. I will try to get to them. I'm really sorry I'm terrible about answering comments because just really busy, but I will try. Also over on Facebook, you can try me on there, and if you put a comment on a post, I'm more likely to get it than if you send me a message, because they just seem to get eaten by Facebook for some reason. But anyway, take care of yourselves, get outside, do some fun stuff, and I'll see you on the next one. That earthworm, look at it, it's massive. I have never seen such a huge earthworm. I mean, that's my finger next to it. It is huge. Huge, I tell you. It's almost like a little snake. Yes, so I've come down here. There's the old house. In front of it, there's just too much iron, too much charcoal from fire. Just, yeah, without a smaller coil, I'm not going to separate anything out unless I'm really, really good with this machine, which I'm not yet. So I've come over to this pasture site here, as you can see. And this is the first decent signal I got, and no, it is not the worm, but I'm going to dig it up. I'm going to see what it is. And there we go. The worm was the best find, because that's a nasty bit of a can, which is going in the bag to get rid of, but the worm's cool. Onward and downward. So I decided, how about I look at you? I decided to go across that field and head out sort of down towards the little road that runs in front of that house. And when I was down there, I realized there's this little old stone bridge that goes across this burn that runs along. Yes, we want to go there. let's go there. So as I got down there, I started getting these really sweet 41s. So I started digging them. I eventually kept trying to avoid them and get something to 50, and then I'd dig down a little bit, and then it would turn into a 41. And so I will show you what it is. That. We got big ones, we got medium-sized ones, we got little ones. All of them, and there's tons more. I just stopped digging because I got bored. Well, I tried to avoid them. I did get 150. It was that's a Macallan's Scots whiskey lid from a long time ago. But yeah, and then that's the bit of foil that I got in the field. But tons of those over there. Gavin will want to come back and get himself some, because I'm sure he will love that. I want to look at the bottom of them and see where they're from. Bullet casings, but yeah, so I'm not sure what was going on there. Defending the river crossing. We're defending the crossing up the burn. You're not getting up here to get us in Rossshire. We're going to defend our little burn and our little bridge, and we're going to shoot you all in like 1940. I have no idea. They're not dropped. They're definitely fired, and they would be firing out that way, out there. Because well, there's a little bridge, you can probably see. Let me turn the camera around again. See down there, that's a little bridge. So it's going onto that little bridge. So they're firing out that way. I'm guessing that there was going to be a target butt out there. Well, maybe it was the Home Guard, maybe it was the old boys. And they were keeping us all safe and protected. That's lovely. It's the old boys bullets. Well, bullet casings. Right, I hope you can hear me because the wind is absolutely blowing a gale now, and it's probably catching on this mic and making an awful noise. I really want to go up into that walled garden, because they would have spread stuff on it from the midden heaps, and we know stuff falls into the midden heaps. But I think I'm a bit tired today. I have done a lot more than I have done in quite a while because I have been ill. So yeah, I think I'm going to give that another day, and I'm going to go home, and I'm going to have a nice cup of tea, and I'm going to get feet up, and I'm going to edit this video so I can hopefully get it out for you tonight or tomorrow. Anyway, remember, get out, dig up stuff. It may be foil, it may be the old boys' bullets, bullet casings. Get that right, because there's people that get really narky if you say bullets and they're bullet casings. Get it right, those are bullet casings. But yeah, just get out, get outside, breathe the fresh air. Hopefully it doesn't have to stay here and you're asking too hard like it does me. But, you know, get out there, do something, row a boat, dig something, garden something, take your dog for a walk, whatever. Take poo back. But, yeah, thanks for joining me, and I'll maybe bring you back with the legend onto that site and let you hear those bullets and bullet casings, Laurie, and also take the Simplex and let you hear the bullet casings with the Simplex, and we'll compare them, because there's lots more over there. So we'll come back another day and get them. So take care of yourself until then.